Shri Krishna. So that is the power of Vaishnava association. I was not able to fix it, and Vaishnava came and he solved my problems. Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Bihari.
Hare
श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशिकानि जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासुदेव गौरभक्तवृंद गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तदालय कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः. So I welcome you all in this beautiful Krishna Katha. So, in our previous discussion, we were talking about the foundation of Krishna Bhakti or Krishna Prema. And if you remember, we've reached till Chatikara Road, but we weren't, the time didn't allow us to enter into Sri Vrindavan Dham. So now we will enter or try to enter in Sri Vrindavan Dham. Because all of our endeavors, all of our exercises or whatever we are doing are just bread, bread, just pale bread. But Krishna Kripa or Krishna's mercy is the topic, is the topic of it. And it is not, we cannot say it a cake until there is a cherry on the top. The cherry is Radha Kripa, Shri Ji's Kripa, or Srimati Radharani's mercy. That is the cherry on the top. Then we can call our life or our sadhana as a cake. Otherwise it is just a plain bread. So Radharani is known as Vrindavaneshwari. She is the queen, the eternal queen of Vrindavan. In material world, king and queen, they come and goes. But in Vrindavan, there is only one queen, and that is Srimati Radharani. Srimati Radharani is so powerful, she can even control Krishna. There is this famous pastime of Shripad Aindra Prabhu. Shripad Aindra Prabhu has almost thousands of Shaligram Shilas in his home. He used to worship them. Shaligram Shila is the sacred stone which could be found in Gandaki river in Nepal and India. And all those stones are spiritual, they are not ordinary stones, they are Narayan himself. So Aindra Prabhu, this is the name of a saint who was Srila Prabhupada's disciple, and he used to live in Vrindavan, though he was born in America, but he has so much faith in Vrindavan that when he got the citizenship of Vrindavan, he was crying. He went to the headquarters of this visas and immigration, and they gave him this letter which states that he can live in Vrindavan in India for as many years as he wants. So from Delhi to Vrindavan, he was crying. That was his faith, because he believed that this visa or this citizenship is my ticket to Godhead. I will be staying in Vrindavan now till my last breath, and whoever leaves their body in Sri Vrindavan Dham, it is the promise of Srimati Radharani and Shri Shyamsundar himself that he will attain Goloka Vrindavan. That is for sure. Even our Acharya Srila Prabhupada says that just by breathing the air of Vrindavan, one gets Krishna Bhakti. Just by, just by living there, and even if your sadhana is not up to that level, but still you are living in Vrindavan without making any offenses and doing your simple sadhana, paying obeisances to Thakurji, of course, and to the Vaishnavas, and if you are living a simple life in Vrindavan, then it is guaranteed that you will go back home, back to Golok Vrindavan, the eternal shelter of soul. So Indra Prabhu was crying that day, and he gave he placed that citizenship letter unto the lotus feet of Sri Shyam Sundar first, and he said, "Thank you so much for allowing me to stay in your home, in your personal home." So that is Vrindavan. Vrindavan is not a part of India, it is spiritual. It is spiritual. I mean, India is fortunate that Vrindavan is there. And all these beautiful dhams are there. Ayodhya, Kashi, Mathura, Dwarka, Jagannath Puri, you know. So, Vrindavan is spiritual. This 84 kosa, I don't know how to calculate kosa in miles. So this 84 kosa Brajamandal is not part of material world. It is not part of material. My mic is not working. I believe this is the part of material world. Sorry about that. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. I think this is also not working. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. तो देखिए, इस माइक को भी 3 बार जन्म लेना पड़ा भगवान की सेवा में उपस्थित होने के लिए। 3 बार मरना पड़ा माइक को। So, हम बहुत फॉर्चुनेट हैं कि इसी जन्म में हमें भगवान की सेवा करने का अवसर मिला है। So Vrindavan is transcendental. So there is Bhauma Vrindavan in Shastra. It is explained in scriptures. It is explained there is Bhauma Vrindavan and there is Bhava Vrindavan as well. Bhava Vrindavan. Bhava Vrindavan is this place, New Remuna Dham. We are talking about Vrindavan, and most of us are mentally feeling the presence of Vrindavan, because Vrindavan is not a place which is bounded in some diameters or some land or something like that. Wherever we discuss about Srimati Radharani and Sri Shyam Sundar, and wherever there is Tulsi Devi, and where we chant Lord Krishna's and Srimati Radharani's holy name, there is Vrindavan. So every one of us are so fortunate that we are sitting here in this busy country and in this busy city, and specifically in this busy downtown, and we are hearing and discussing about Krishna. So this is such an auspicious moment of our life. We must take advantage of it. So Vrindavan is so dear to Lord Krishna, so dear, so dear, that Krishna says, Vrindavan परित्यज्यम पाद एकम न गच्छति. मैं वृंदावन छोड़ के एक पैर भी बाहर नहीं जाता. So what is the meaning of it? That I do not leave Vrindavan, I will not take even one step out from Vrindavan. So Vrindavan is a heart of a devotee. Why Vrindavan is so dear to Krishna? Because Mathura Vasis, the devotees of Mathura, they asked something in return from their bhakti to Krishna. So Krishna gave and Krishna was free. Dwarka Vasis, they asked something to Krishna and Krishna gave them and he was free. But the devotees of Vrindavan, especially gopis and the Gwal, Krishna's friends and Krishna's the damsels of Vrindavan, they did not ask anything in return. They were their whole life was revolving around Krishna. They were doing bhakti, they were doing pure devotional service, and they were not asking anything in return. So Krishna got in depth. So that's why Krishna is bounded there. अगर कोई भक्ति करे भगवान की और उस भगवान से भक्ति के बदले में कुछ मांगे तो भगवान उसको वो चीज तुरंत प्रदान करते हैं और उनके उसके कर्जे से मुक्त हो जाते हैं. लेकिन वृंदावन के वासियों ने सिर्फ प्यार किया और भगवान से उसके बदले में कुछ भी नहीं मांगा, तो भगवान उनके कर्जदार हो गए. इसलिए भगवान बोलते हैं मैं वृंदावन छोड़ के एक पैर भी बाहर नहीं रख सकता, क्योंकि मैं यहाँ बंध गया हूँ, मैं वृंदावन में बंध गया हूँ. So Vrindavan is that thing. Vrindavan is no different from Krishna. Srila Prabhupada states in his instructions that before entering Vrindavan, before seeing Vrindavan from eyes, one must practice how to see Vrindavan from his ears. How? Reading Shastra and reading the glories of Vrindavan, knowing what is Vrindavan, then we can actually relish what Vrindavan is. Because Vrindavan is not a piece of land. Because if we do not have enough knowledge about Vrindavan, and if we go there, then what would we see? We will see a small, typical Indian town with a lot of population and maybe power cuts or something like that. But if we read in Shastra what Vrindavan is and then we go there, then we will see it differently. That is a difference between a tourist and a devotee. Tourist will go there and will find some faults in Vrindavan and might complain about the weather, about the management. But a devotee goes there and he will bring back beautiful memories that will stay with him for his life. So one must read about Vrindavan first, and then one must pray that, oh Srimati Radharani, कृपया मुझे Vrindavan बुलाओ. Please make such arrangements that I will visit your own home or our own home, Vrindavan Dham. So this is the glory of Vrindavan. So I will conclude it here, and because we do not have enough time, because around 7 there will be another program. So we will continue it in next class, maybe the third class, glories of Vrindavan. Because Hari Ananta, Hari Katha Ananta. So एक क्लास में समाने वाली चीज नहीं है. जन्मांतर बीत जाते हैं, तो जितना मिला है इसको बचाइए और भगवान से प्रार्थना कीजिए कि हफ्ते में 2 हफ्ते में मुझे दोबारा मौका मिले बोलने का, और दोबारा फिर आप सब आए, सुने। और हिंदी की कथा हर शुक्रवार भी होती है शाम को 5 से 6 इस्कॉन टोरंटो के यूट्यूब पेज पे भी ऑनलाइन होती है, तो उसको भी आप सुन सकते हैं। जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन,
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 श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन,
गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन,
श्री गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन,
गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन,
वृंदारण्यं कल्पद्रुमादः श्रीमद्रत्नकार सिंहासनस्थो श्रीलराधा श्रीलगोविन्ददेवो प्रेष्ठाम्भिः सेव्यमानो स्मरामि. So this is the achievement, the desired achievement of a pure devotee. When will that day come when I will see Vrindavan? Where and what in Vrindavan? When will I see the group of kalpa vrakshas, the desired fulfilling trees? And within the kunja, within the grove of that trees, when will I see the jeweled simhasan, the jeweled asan of this divine youth? And when will I see the black and the molten gold pair of those lotus feet? गोरे और कारे चरणारविंद कब देखने को मिलेंगे राधा रानी और कृष्ण के? And when will that day come when I will make betel leaf pan? When will I place that in the hands of Shri Lalita Sakhi, and then she will pass it on to Srimati Radharani, and then Radharani will give it to Krishna, and then Krishna will give it back to Srimati Radharani, and then Lalita Sakhi will take it, and then from Lalita Sakhi the Rupa Manjari will take it, and then from Rupa Manjari it will pass on from Guru Shishya Parampara. And when that auspicious day will come, when I will get the remnants of that betel pan prasad. So this is the desired goal of all of us, of Vaishnavas. Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan,
जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन,
Shri Govind Gopinath Madan Mohan,
गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन,
Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan,
जय राधे जय कृष्ण जय वृंदावन,
Shri Govind Gopinath Madan Mohan,
गोविंद गोपीनाथ मदन मोहन,
Shama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan, Shama Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan, Jahan sab leela kila Shri Nandanandan, Jai Radhe Jai Krishna Jai Vrindavan, Shri Govind Gopinath Madan Mohan, Jai Radhe Jai Krishna Jai Vrindavan, Shri Govind Gopinath Madan Mohan, Jai Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Radhe, Jai Radha Gopinath Radha Gopinath Radhe, वृंदावन धाम की जय। श्री श्री राधा खीरचोर गोपीनाथ की जय। श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय। श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की जय। श्रीला प्रभुपाद की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदी आज के आनंद की जय। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Hari Bol. Thank you so much, Durgam Prabhu, for that very enlivening class. I'm sure all of you enjoyed it. Now, to set the mood for Gaur Purnima, which is the appearance of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu,